What's up, Mo?
How y'all doing?
Go ahead.
Well, we haven't chatted with you in a while. Can you
Yep.
kind of bring us back to the moment you got hurt and kind of what your reaction was when that happened?
Yeah. When I first got hurt, I thought it was just a cramp. They didn't tell me what it actually was until I was walking up to the locker room. Um, it was surprising, but I put it in God's hands. Whatever He want me to go through, I'll go through.
How was that process once you found out that it was as severe as it was to know that you had such a long rehab ahead of you?
Well, I didn't really know exactly how long the rehab was. I didn't do my research until after I got the surgery. So, my mom was in town. I was talking to her, and she got my spirits up. She motivated me to just go through it with a high spirit, or a high energy, and don't put my head down. Don't let nobody see what I'm going through. So, my mom was a huge factor into that.
Mo, I asked about your whereabouts about 6, 8 months ago, and I was told that you were down in a black mamba mode. Can you describe what that is?
Yeah. So, like I said, I didn't know what the Achilles injuries really was until I did my research after I got the surgery, and I realized that Kobe went through the same thing. So I started doing my research on what he did, how he came back, and it's like a little documentary called like The Muse, something like that, where he talks about the injury and all the things he had to go through, and it just motivated me because I always looked up to Kobe, and I loved his mindset and how he separated his character on the field and off the court, on the court and off the court. So I like the way he carried himself and how he could just turn it on when he get on the court, and that's something I looked up to. So that's part of the research I did on the injury and how to come back from the injury.
How much thought went into potentially going to the NFL versus coming back?
It was an on and off conversation with Coach Fleck, Coach Burns, and like people I actually trusted. I had a good group of people that I trusted, and I knew they was going to tell me what I needed to hear, and I believed in them, and I think I made the right decision. Once I made the decision, I stuck to it. It wasn't no looking back. It wasn't like, oh, I should have went. I should have. I did the right thing. Now I'm looking back at it, so I'm happy for the decision I made, and I'm just moving forward.
I think in the video that you had, when you said you were coming back, you said it was the toughest thing
Yeah.
you've ever done. What were the things that made it so difficult?
Well, first, as y'all seen, when I first got hurt, I was on a scooter, not being able to walk. That's the tough thing. Just understanding that, it was the little things. Just, you look past it like it was nothing. So, just being able to walk, learning how to walk again, being able to run, learning how to run again, stuff like that I took for granted, and now I just, I don't look past anything, and I'm grateful for everything that come to me.
What was it like becoming Coach Mo for some of those young guys like Kai and Bucky when they were going down the stretch last year?
Yeah, that got me through it. I wanted to be around the game. I didn't want to be away from the game. Bucky, Kai, Trey, those are all my young guys. So when I went down, they looked up to me and they asked me questions. They brought me in here to watch film with them and stuff like that. So those guys, they was hungry for it. They wanted to know more stuff, and I'm a great person to get it from.
What did you think about what happened to Trey, and what's it like to see him back on the field with you?
Yeah, Trey came back. When he came back, I was happy for him. It was a decision that he had to make for himself. And he's out there. He's performing at a high level right now, high energy, and he looks better than he was back then.
Was there any sort of connection that you and Trey and then Bryce goes down that you guys had together and so many guys that were
Yeah.
in the same spot?
Yeah, so when we all went down, we all was in the weight room working out with each other, motivating each other, pushing each other. Me, Preston, Bryce, Trey, all of us. So we had our own little rack, and we were just motivating each other, pushing each other from all the injuries we was going through.
What did the first contact feel like in the fall?
It was weird. I haven't got tackled since September 2nd, so it's a rhythm thing. You just got to learn how to do it all over again.
When did you know you were back? What was the moment that you're like, I'm healthy again?
Like around January, February, we was doing like flying tens, and I felt normal. My burst was still there. I could stride out, stuff like that. So that's when I knew I was back.
How much did the support of your teammates help you through everything when you were rehabbing back?
They were amazing. Especially like Tanner Morgan, Chris Altman-Bell, Brev, Preston, that whole rack, Preston, Trey, the whole running back room. Bucky, Kai, all of those guys. They was always motivating me, pushing me to do better. If I had a hard day, they told me like it's okay, blah blah blah. They make jokes and we get over it. So I show my emotions on my shoulders. It's not like I can hide it. So those guys really motivated me and pushed me to keep doing better.
Close to 100%. Do you feel like you are?
100%. Yeah.
What goals do you have individually, and what do you think the ceiling could be for this 22 team?
For myself, I just want to be the best Mo. For this team, the sky's the limit. You get better every day and keep pushing each other, offense and defense and special teams, and be a better team every day.
John Michael has gotten a lot of praise here this offseason.
Yeah.
What has made him stand out as somebody that you run behind?
John Michael, the first on scout team, I knew he was going to be a special player. The way he carried himself, nobody can get underneath his skin. He's a tough guy. He loves the game. And he came back just to be a better teammate and to help us win games next year.
The game you were having against Ohio State, you ever look back and say what it might have been had you not gotten hurt?
Nah, I don't live in that world. This is the world I live in, and I just got to move on with it.
How would you describe Zach Evans' game?
He's amazing. Great feet, great vision, great balance. He knows where to go, and he's just getting better every day. He's hungry for it. He has questions. He wants extra time in the meeting room, stuff like that. So he's hungry for it, and if you have those characteristics, the sky's the limits for you.
What was maybe your number one factor for coming back? Was it unfinished business after that first game? Was it contending for the West this year? What was your biggest motivating factor?
Well, my teammates. I was asking around what were people doing. Some people walked on senior night that night, and I just wanted to see what was going on in the chemistry of the team. I asked around, and most people was looking for what I was going to do. So I was like, okay, if I do this, what we going to do? And it was a real conversation. People actually sat down and we talked about it. And yeah, I came back for my teammates. Without my teammates, I wouldn't be here. So why not give it one more shot?
Was there anyone besides Kobe that had a similar injury that you looked to?
Yeah. So I looked at, obviously, Cam Akers, seeing what he did in 6 months coming back for the Super Bowl. Then you got KD. I watched KD. Then it's like it was some more basketball players who came back from it. So John Wall, stuff like that. So I did my research on it, and I'm here now.
What is your message to anyone who may be facing adversity in their life now that you've gone through something like that?
Never lose faith. You're going to have hard days. You're going to have tough days where you think that, you're looking at the top of Mount Everest and you're thinking like, hey, I got to get there. But you got to break it down into little sections. Like I said, at first I just wanted to walk again. I was on the scooter. I just wanted to walk again. Then I had to run again, blah, blah, blah. So it was like little steps. And then you look down and you realize you're at the top of Mount Everest.
Everyone good? Any more from Mo?
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Mo.